So, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode here at the farmhouse. We on our land again. It's going to be a common thing now, especially with the weather changing as well. But as you can see from the picture to my left and to my right, it's all growing. We've got everything growing as possible. So today you'll see me having a tidy up on the land, some weeds around all the pumpkins and the courgettes and all that stuff. I'll have a tidy up in here as well. The tomatoes need to be planted out onto the fencing. We got watermelons, melons to be planted out as well, and I've got to give the tomatoes a quick prune to make sure they grow nicely. So join me and let's go. As you can see, we got Inspector Priya. Let me just zoom in, see if you guys can see it through the tomatoes beds. You just did. Heyo. But while we're here, let me just give you an update on the beds house here. So we planted some lettuce in the middle. They all coming up. For some reason we got courgette in the middle there. It's meant to be the cucumbers. They are growing, but that courgette's just appeared out of nowhere. We've got the beetroot to the end. Peas growing on the side. Over here we've got our strawberry beds and the wolf bean beds as well. Look at them nice strawberries growing out that the heat has come up. There's another one here that is slightly turning red. Here we go. And then over there we've got our tomato and lettuce beds as well, with a few beetroots on, and just look at them nice lettuces. We've had quite a few already. I think we've picked 6 already for dinner, but they are still growing. And then there's Pre is just really security guard. Then bricks you can see at the back there. They was given to us by one of the neighbours, and they will be our path coming from the gate when we do the gate there, where you can see the concrete slabs coming across. And I'll give you a sneak peek on the design. Not finally picked, but we're kind of going for like that. Just a small path. It's more so we can try and get here in the winter, because this land got quite wet this winter because of all the weather we had. So it's just more for us to use the greenhouse and be able to use the beds in the winter. But we got some lovely peas growing on the fence that we've done last, so they're all growing. Bonnie's also planted some turnips next to it, so we've got a row of turnips right next to it, and as you can see, the bins are already trailing up the fence. So yeah, it's all looking good in the farmhouse. Sky doesn't look too good. We're meant to have more rain a bit, but the weather's turning. We've been having a couple of nice days, and that's why everything is growing. Down here on the land where the pumpkins are and all that, so that's what you're going to see me doing a bit of weeding. We've got a couple of weeds there like that that need to be knocked off, but pumpkins are looking good. They all growing. We've got quite a few dotted around, and then the courgettes are down the end there. Potatoes are also showing as well, but one of the impressive things here is the garlics we planted a week ago. So they are all coming up. Look at that row left and right through the middle, and they all there. We got some of this garlic here. We got more garlic there, which is taking slightly longer to come. The onions are looking good as well, all the way down as well. And then our sweet potatoes are standing up as well, so they all picking up. We've got 3 rows of that, and on our potato front, this is all the potatoes in here. But the exciting bit about it is they are, where is it? There. They are coming up. So hopefully we should have quite a few potatoes. So I've got two tools with me. Let's see, that one came from England. So let's see, but the problem here is, I don't know, it does work. Ah, I love the old-fashioned Portuguese shawlers. We shed a lot. You just but the hoe seems to be working, so we'll leave the shawl out here and we're going to use the hoe. Quite good. That's quite good. It's softer than the shot there now. Trying to keep these pumpkins a bit free of weeds, isn't it? A lot of you will probably go another garden video, but the weather's turning. The weather's turning, and to be honest, come on, springtime, summer around the corner. Everyone loves a gardening video, especially when you're watching and not doing the work. Well, let me go and get you guys. You can come and see it. The close up, that's not going to stay there, so you can go on the ground. So, for you guys, the close up of how the tool works. As I said previously, I will show you what it is. So roughly, place it flat on the soil, or the soil is not flat. Then you just go backwards and forwards, and there we go. It doesn't take the root off, but you keep knocking the weeds off, they will soon disappear. And then you can just keep, without me touching that too much. And there you go. See, just takes a bit of the root off, but not a lot. But it does its job. It does its purpose, which is what it's meant to do. So, lovely tool. So, before I take you into the greenhouse with me, as I mentioned, I want to show you the difference. So, we've got English, Portuguese. So, let me show up close a bit. So, I'll go on the side so you guys can see. So that is the English version, just like that. So that's how it stays on the ground. And the Portuguese one that I found in the market close to it is like a square one. So it's got that bit of a sharp edge, and then so this one is kind of, you put it there and then you try and you bring it this way. So this one is only to you with the English one. As you can see, it's got, let me go that way, see if you guys can see it better. It's got two sharp edges on either side, so which means you can go other way, backwards and forwards. So yeah, both pretty good, but I've got to say English one probably wins the battle on this one. You can see them close to each other. You can see they're both similar size, so, but I think the double edge here kind of helps with the movement special to help out with your back a bit. So if you guys can, I recommend you guys getting this one or something similar with two edges. Great bit at all. Now onto the greenhouse we go then. So let's put them away and let's give this greenhouse a bit of a tidy up first. Yeah, got a bit of water there. One has got a growing bottles in this section here. You're probably more than me because I'm tidying them up, but you just, we'll just keep it like that. So keep it a bit tidy. That's it. All right, we have to. Okay, I'm gonna. This post is, as we guys, I think I'm pretty sure we mentioned in our previous videos, we found loads of vines down the bottom of the land. So that might be something that you guys are going to see in this episode of this week's video. So they are for that. And that was, we went out of the normal posts that we had for the fence. So we went and got a couple of different ones. This one is quite lovely, solid one. Out of Agriculture. 629. 629 is a 1.50 m high and is between 7 and 9 centimeters diameter. Quite solid compared to this one, which is from Agriculture as well. So they're not the ones we ordered for the fence because that was from a different company and they all came together. That's exactly the same. 1.50 m from Agriculture, £5 or €5. And that is a 6 centimeter diameter only. So you can see, let me just take the sticker off and you guys can see the difference on the post. So yeah, very bit of solid timber. So let's just move them out of the way and then let me bring you in. Let me bring you guys in. Come on, come in and walk into our greenhouse. Okay. So, as you can see at the moment, it's all very green and it's evergreen. So we got tomatoes on both left and right. As you guys saw us planting, the right ones are a bit longer than the left ones. So they've been in the ground, I think it's about a week and a half. So, and therefore, look all of them. Look at that lovely bit of fruit on them tomatoes. That one's got quite a few, this one. So what I'm going to do on the tomatoes here is I'm going to, let me just come down here so I can explain a bit better so you guys know what I'm doing when I'm filming. So with tomatoes, you're meant to, of course, take away what we call it the suckers. So it's the bit of leaf that comes through the middle between the main stem and the side stems. But once they start producing the fruit, we can then cut everything up to that fruit stem. So we open up the plant underneath so it can breathe a bit better. So that's what I'm going to do along all of them. Not on that side yet because we haven't got no fruit showing. We've got flowers, but no fruit showing. But also we need, I'm going to plant all these peppers on this front edge here to meet up with our one that's already planted there that Bonnie planted. Mother-in-law planted some basil in here, and it's nicely shooting well and smells lovely. So yeah, and then Bonnie tried to plant some onions that we had left over from the beds out there, just to see how they'll do in here. So, and one of them is going quite nicely. That's some of the shootings of the tomatoes that I've been picking. An update on the avocado tree as well. We can give an update on the avocado tree. Lovely avocado tree is growing. And then we got peppers with fruit already on it. So they're the ones that Bonnie took the seeds off from the neighbours last year when we first moved in. And the neighbours was kind enough to give us loads of fruit. Yeah, so, and then on this side, the aubergine is doing great. There are loads of flowers coming up on the aubergine. The aubergine seedling seed that Bonnie planted as well is doing well. And then, as I said, I've got all these tomatoes here to plant out. Watermelons, melons. There's about 4 varieties of melons in there that Bonnie planted. She's got up here some more, I'm going to say the other chilies or peppers as well. Chilies or peppers, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, chilies and peppers up here. And then she's got this lettuce growing. So we're going to try and plant that between the, I'm going to try and plant them a couple between the tomatoes once I open them up and give them some space, and the peppers at the front here. So stay with me inside the greenhouse and let's get working. So let's get the snip started. So as I was mentioned, once the fruit starts growing, we can then just give a bit of air flow to the plant. So there we go. Bit of air flow. We've got the strings attached to it. So, but I think that string's probably coming out because the plant is coming. But there we go. Another, I don't know if you guys can see, there's another small, what we call the suckers. So just got to keep on top of it. So that's the first one done. We move on to the next one. So the first lot is up here. So we start from the bottom to make sure there's no mistakes. And we can remove that. We can remove that one as well, which is a weed. There's another weed here, another one there, another one here. So they can go. There's a few, so I'll weed that after, and we got that one. And this one can come out as well. There we go. So that can now focus on keep producing. So that one. Let's just move the peppers out of the way quickly. Then it can be slightly quicker for me to get in and out and sort these tomatoes out. So where was we? We are on this one. So Let's try and wrap. I think the string's gone on this one as well. Okay, so what we're going to do then is we cut the string up here, and since the string's gone, I'm going to try and have a look in here, see what's going on. So fruit up there, that is still growing. That's the sucker. Let's have a look up here. Stem coming through here. The can go. And we'll leave this one like this, and we'll just tie that to that side there. There we go. On this side, the problem here as well is Bonnie done quite a lot of seeds on the tomatoes, so yeah, it's quite hard to find out. That's got a few, so that can come out, so can that, and that, and that, and this one, and this one, oh, and that one, and then all the little ones at the bottom. Don't need to be. So that's that one there. That one can come out, and there's a tiny little sucker in there as well. Okay, moving on to the next one. Right, time to plant the peppers. We've got to plant them along this middle section here. So then Bonnie's got space to plant something else in here, like lettuce or whatever she likes to plant, but it's collect soil. It's very wet still on this. Still very, very wet. And you can hear the stones. I was just trying to loosen it up a bit, because there's a few roots down here that we don't want. So Alright, so let's get a couple of these peppers in. Oh, look at that. Nicely rooted. And always, even though the clay is always wet underneath and all that, because it's a nice clay soil, the oils are moister, always water your plants after planting them on, as if you're just putting the seedlings onto another pot. Just make sure that you keep them happy so they don't suffer with a change. But especially with the peppers here, with me opening up the roots at the bottom, just gives them a bit of a drink. But they pepper, so they don't, they right like the warmth, but you still got to keep on top of them and make sure that they are nice and watered. And always try and water plants underneath on the stem. Try and avoid the leaves and like through the top. And just like that, we have planted the peppers. Now on to the tomatoes. These are the tomatoes I need to plant, as you can see. Like, yeah, see? So you've got the stem shooting off that way. This is what we call the sack we're going to plant. So they need to go. Them two at the bottom here can go because they're only small ones. So okay, that side. Another one there, see? So they always grow in between the stem and the next and the leaf popping out. See, they all have best to be picked now when they're very small, but they will still grow again. And you just go. You can just see them. They're just around the plant, and you can just normally just find them, and that's it. So that one is ready to be planted. On to the next one. So let's take the bottom ones again. And then again, in, always in. They start to grow at the bottom quicker and faster than the top, but sometimes the top you can find a nice big one. That's the next one done. All right. They're looking a bit yellow, but it's because we was going to give them to the neighbours, but the neighbour's still not ready, and she said that she won't be ready for at least another 2 to 3 weeks. So we're going to put them on. So unfortunately, they're going to be yellow due to, well, not having enough space to root. So hopefully I can put them. Oh, I just lost it. Oh, the wind, the wind, the wind. The wind is strong. The wind, the wind. Right, them two are the ones done. This is the one I was doing. This wind, man. Sun was nicely on here. So, yeah. That's just all. Like, if you look after tomatoes, you probably know this. But if you're new to growing tomatoes, that's just the way we do it. Other people do it different. Other people don't touch them, just let them grow. We just like to provide the fruit with a bit more healthier growth. So this is what we tend to do to the plants. See this one here? That's how big he is already. Just got to watch them sometimes. But quick left, right, and he's good, isn't he? On to the next one. and we are ready to rock and roll with them. At the back here, Bonnie's already got 12 tomatoes, I think it is. 12 tomato plants here on like done the same 2-post slab, bit of string down the middle. And so what I was thinking, I think we've got another 12 there, is to spread them across this area here of the fence. So this fence here and the next one up. So I'm going to put you guys down below hand level so you can see me planting as I go. Okay, so I've got the tomatoes. I've placed them all there. I've got some pots of soil in there. Just top up a bit of the soil. And let's get started. I'll leave you guys here and you can see me planting it. Get that out of the way. Plant them against the fence so then we can trail them up the fence. Now, look at them. Look at that. Nice healthy tomato. I might just nip them off so it can go a bit deeper in there. Bit of extra soil, and then the lovely wet clay over the top of it to make sure it stays there. There we go. Just have it tidy up here. On to the next one. That's it again, a bit more fresh soil, and then the clay stuff over the top, and we'll try and bring some of the rubbish down. Just a bit of that. Right, onto watering system. So let's water the tomatoes now, so you guys can see it now what we do. So we've got the pump for the well, but we only use the pump when we use the hose, and that's when we're doing the whole of the land, all of the veg. So in the meanwhile, when it's things like that, that just needs a bit of a top up with a bit of water, we use back end jacket. So just wait a couple of seconds, and then he comes. Just got to make sure we take a couple of mils off. Nice fresh water. And then onto what the tomatoes it is. By the way, Marmalade tree is looking. We should have some marmalade and cheese. Not very soon, but I'll say in the winter while I'm here. Let me pick you guys up and show you. Look at them marmalades, look. They're growing. Beautiful. Yeah. I'm a bit of a lover of marmalade, or being Portuguese, marmalade and cheese, or yeah, it's the marmalade, marmalade and cheese and Paul, being from up north. That is spot on. Now, on with the tomatoes. Bit of liquid juice, as I like to call it. Natural water from the well. No wastage whatsoever. I'll show you guys in a well in a minute. Still quite high. Just a top up, just a top up. As I said, the clay is still very wet. You can see the neighbour has just got a land turnaround, or turnover, not turn around, turnover. A couple of days ago, I think it was. So she's still got a cultivator now, so they just reaped the soil backwards and forwards. Tilty. Well, tilty is cultivating, isn't it? But you can see we've got clay central in there. You know, if I had this clay when I used to be a groundsman, I would be laughing, because this clay would make lovely repairs on cricket wickets. So yeah, a bit of water before they go in for the night. Sun's still on them a bit, so hopefully it can dry out a bit so they're not too wet for tonight. Must get new shoes as well. There, look. Little Johnny's coming to say hi. Ah, the gardening shoes. Gardening shoes, nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with them. They serve a purpose. So yeah, just a full watering can on the tomatoes, just to give them a bit more stability, make sure the roots get a bit of water so they can establish, and fingers crossed. That's the only problem about using the well. I was like, fingers crossed, it should come up this fence now. But yeah, using the water from the well, you've got to wash sometimes, because you sometimes don't catch all the snails, so they get stuck on the rows. But a quick movement of bring it in and going back out, and it does the job, which is what we want. There should be more on this one, because this one is, I think, is the biggest one out of them all. So just finish the water like that in it. Okay, so that is it. Let me take you guys to the well then. Let's go and see the well. So the well is here, as you know. My marmalade tree is there. The well is there. We've still got projects for this well. There's a bit of project on this bit here. We're trying to try and do something with it, like a wildflower made of an exterior. Now, it's got some wildflowers on it, so we left it. And then the pallets there is where we put the soil normally when we bring it down. So the well, this is where we saw our friend Snakies. But the well is still quite, I don't know if you guys can see, but it's still quite high. It's gone down a bit. You can see it's gone down 1, 2, 3 bricks. I don't know if you guys can see, but on the left hand side, I'll try and zoom in, but it's a bit dark around there, to see if you guys can see. But you can see the difference. You get the bricks and then the tijolos above. So the bricks are where our level normally stays, ground level. And then the tijolos is from ground level up where this bit has been built, and well house has been built as well. So yeah, it's only gone down a few, three bricks. There's not a lot, still loads to go. So yeah, still got loads of water to plant the lovely veg. And yeah, it's not too shabby out here, is it? Living life, enjoying.